9,
8, 5,
4,
3, 2.
Time's up.
good night. Goodbye, Mr. Burton.
Are you ready to talk hard?
Well, greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to Talk Hard. Here we are. We're going to have a great time tonight talking about another great film, Big Trouble in Little China. And with us, co-hosting here is Mr. Stone Loki, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. John Carpenter's Big
Yes.
Trouble in Little China.
Yes, indeed. Your favorite. I know it is fun to work through this month. We've had some great times talking about some different comedies, things like that. And this seemed like a great addition to that as well. Hail to all the folks in the chat. David and Gap. Jacob's been here. Chris Persia, of course, the Wrench of Wrenches. The Pops Mod. Thank you, my friend. Chris, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Good to see you. And as you guys have noticed, Ironcaster is not with us. Feeling a little under the weather. Keep him in your T's and P's there. He'll be back on his feet and join us next week. And next week we'll be doing Fifth Element, and then the week after, according to the poll results, the results are in. Look, you know, if you saw, they want us to do Dread.
Dread. Yeah. Carl Eppen Urban. Yes.
Yeah. Anniversary of Dread. So yeah, freak your helmet on and let's do it. So we'll be doing that in 2 weeks before we head into October. Such a great time with October coming up. So Mr. Tickle Trunk is here as well. So no word of Peter Griffin on meth. I'm so effing ready. Jumps through the ceiling to the second floor. All right, let's do it, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Let's do it. Let's do it indeed. So yes, let's see. Dave Bob, how you doing, my friend? Great to see you hanging out with us. Is awesome. And the Joker voice made it in time. So good, man. Hopefully got some rest. All your video this morning. Awesome as always.
So many good people hanging out in here. So many good people.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
It's so great, isn't it? Lovely. Sherry's here. Hey there, lady. And see Jacob Ironside talking Joker voice. Everybody's making it. Let's see if I missed anybody. Soul Assassin. Yes, do Dread. Dread. Yeah, 2 weeks for Dread. Next week, Fifth Element. Love Fifth Element. Such an underrated sci-fi film.
Oh, yeah. Chicken good. Yes, chicken good.
Joker voice, like, I want to be in. I want to be in. Let's talk about it. Email me, message me, my friend. Let's talk about it. Figure that out. So, yeah, we'll figure something out.
I am a meat popsicle.
That's something that can almost be on brand. So here we are, Big Trouble in Little China, my friend. So tell me a little bit on why this is such a the number one Carpenter film for you, because that's what you pitched to me. This is your favorite Carpenter film.
Okay, so this is one of the few films I remember seeing when I was a little kid. And I know that it went in against Aliens and there were other movies, but I remember going to the theater and my mom did not want to see this movie. So she went off to watch whatever. Me and my dad went off to watch Big Trouble in Little China. And if you were ever, I don't even know if you can say, if you're supposed to say this anymore, I don't want to get you in trouble. Chop Saki flicks. Okay, so back in the day we had something called a chop sake flick. You know what? Screw it. If anybody has a problem with it, they can bill me. The checks in the mail. So Chop Socky flicks, I love Chop Socky flicks. Jackie Chan, all the greats, and Jackie Chan actually passed on this movie.
Yes.
He got offered the role of Wang Chi, and was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna stick with China cinema, and I'm gonna do my thing over in China. And I think he did Police Quest or Police Story or whatever it was. But he passed. He passed on this movie. And it's one of the all-time greatest Chop Socky. I wouldn't call it a B movie because it's not a B movie in any stretch of the imagination, but it's got that fun flying by wire, using the trampoline to do like the triple salt, jump, and it's fun. It's such a fun movie, and you've got a hero that's not really a hero. He thinks he's a hero.
Yes.
But he's not really the hero. It's Wang. And that's not something that you saw in America's cinema in the mid 80s. You've got this guy, Wang Chi, who is the hero, and Jack's more like the bumbling side character, but Jack doesn't think he's the bumbling side character. He thinks, I'm going in there and I'm getting Gracie Law and I'm going to save the day and I'm going to do all this stuff. And he ends up knocking himself out at one point in the movie while Wang's kicking ass and taking names. It's not your normal American martial arts movie. It's on the other end of the spectrum. And I think that's why so many people love it. And Carpenter loved it. Carpenter hated that this movie was panned. He said, I'm never going to work for a big budget studio ever again. Ever again. And
he bailed out on this process. He definitely did. Yeah. Soul's Awesome. First time I've heard Chusaki Flicks. Chusaki. Yes. Yes. Have you paid your dues? Yes, sir. Checks in the mail. Jack Burton. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
Have you paid your dues, Jack? Yeah, the check's in the mail.
Come out no more. What will come out no more? May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. Yes. Yes. An A-rated B movie, not a B-rated A movie. I like where you're going, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Yes.
Keep bringing it, my friend. Keep bringing it. So, perfect blend of action and cheese. Yes. Yes. But yes, Jack does kill the main bad guy.
Yes, he does. He kills Lopan. Originally he was supposed to be a cowboy. He was supposed to be a cowboy. The
whole thing was supposed to be a Western. The whole thing was supposed to be a Western originally. And instead of the truck, it was going to be the horse that was stolen. And that was the original. And I think that's where some of the boots came in, right? He kind of kept this concept of the boots and his John Wayne impersonation, basically. And there's a couple moments you see, and I'll apologize because I probably can't pause at the right moments, folks. But when you watch it, there's these moments where Jack has this swagger in this walk, the bow leg. He kind of emphasizes the bow leggedness a little bit, and you see John Wayne. You really, really do. Compared to the Escape movies where he's basically channeling Clint Eastwood. So, yeah, awesome. It's all in the reflexes. Isn't the movie great? So many quotes. I've not seen it less than 50 times. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Loki's there too. Loki's with you.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, brother. I used to have this. We dubbed it on cassette. How far back do you have to go to hear that? We dubbed it on cassette. Yeah. And yeah, I'd watch this over and over and over again.
That's great. Same universe as Roadhouse. That's fantastic. It nails the fluff talk. There's so much comedy information jammed into every line. It really is a very tight script. I have to be honest. I rewatched it again today, and because I try to, do a general watching, then I kind of whittle down my thoughts and focus a little bit. And you don't always get to convey that when you're doing this live. Your brain starts going, the conversation starts going, whatever. So if all of you are out there, you're nitpicking or whatever, we don't mean to offend if we miss a little factoid or whatever. There's no way we could do justice to a film in an hour and a half without fapping the crap out of it. And the stuff that we're enjoying doing, we're not gonna do that because we're just enjoying it too much. There's too much stuff. So yeah, you touched on Jackie Chan. Yeah, this was a film I told you I don't remember when I saw it. So it came out at a time where I didn't care to see it. Like 86 is like right in my prime time. It's like a July 4th weekend. I wanted to see Ferris Bueller again. Top Gun was still in the theaters. This was a time where a lot of comedies were out. So I know it didn't do well in the box. It didn't even place in the top 10. So it
didn't make its money back.
Yeah,
it didn't make its production budget. It didn't make back whatever advertising they spent on this. It didn't make that back. So
Yeah, because 20th Century Fox was already on the Aliens train. They were already, which came out like 3 weeks later, and then that kind of started crushing everything. That's all we were talking about during the time. That's all we talked about. Top Gun was dead to us. Ferris Bueller, sorry, Ferris Bueller, you moved on. Aliens was in town. So
they rushed this too. They rushed this. They rushed all the filming. They rushed all the post-production because they wanted to beat Eddie Murphy's Golden Child.
Yeah.
Because they thought that was too similar of a movie.
Huge disaster.
Which was not. It wasn't. I really think if they were to add a little bit more polish to this movie and they would have waited till after Aliens, this would have been a good box office. At least a box office break-even movie.
Well, again, the timing, right? It's all about timing, right? If you had pushed this back to, let's say, August, you caught it right before school went back, you would have had 2 or 3 good weeks where the other stuff had been stale and out of time. This would have been this cool cult thing that could have taken off. The timing is everything, guys. I tell you why. We look at box office numbers sometimes, and you just, in hindsight, the buzz for us was, like I said, Top Gun was still in theaters. Karate Kid 3, I think Karate Kid 2 was 86. Karate Kid 2 was out. So these are the movies everybody was buzzing about. And then, of course, Alien stole all the air in the room, and that's that. Golden Child was a complete disaster. I was like, this is a bomb. Eddie's career was definitely in question in my brain. I was like, I don't know what this dude's done, but this is not a good pick. This is not good at all. I got Jacob Ironside. That is possibly one of my favorite moments. I kind of wrote that down as like a clip, maybe to add to my comedic super chat thank you clip sections of things that I'd like to kind of get to do if we get super chats and those kinds of things, because that's a fun one for me. That's one of my favorite. Loki a bit. Movie is more special this way. People finding it after theatrical release, the movie exploded, same way Equilibrium did. Well, we also covered Tremors. And Tremors is basically the same phenomenon. Bad time.
I wouldn't change anything, Mr. Tickle Trunk. I'm just saying if the studio wanted more success, they could have done this a bit differently.
Sure.
But I wouldn't change a thing. If you wanted to break even or you wanted to make some money, though, you move this around till after Alien. But it came out exactly the way it was supposed to come out, and we love it. We all love it. And the people that love this movie, that follow it like a cult, that get the DVDs, the Blu-rays, the special tins. I know Ironcaster's not here today, but he was showing off his special Steelbook that he's got. The Steelbook's absolutely awesome. I immediately was like, okay, I've got to get one of those. Whether I get it used, whether I get it new, I've got to order one of those.
Yeah, they're out there, and you got to get on that. This movie cult is huge. Yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait to get feedback. So it's what we found with Tremors. We just did Tremors out of our love of Tremors, and next thing you know, their fan club reached out to us. They responded to an email to do an interview. We ended up with the director. So we'll throw stuff out there. Hey, you never know. I got John Carpenter on Twitter. Hey, you never know who's listening. You never know who will check it out. So yeah, the term cult classic. Yes. So yeah, let's do it. Let's start with Walter. There he is. Walter from Tremors.
Would you leave Jack Burton alone? Yes.
Egg has got an attorney now. Egg has an attorney. You know what? There are so many great cheesy elements to film in the 80s where you can feel them not taking themselves too seriously. Whereas now it's so rare we have a movie where you can kind of actually escape with the movie because they always have to take themselves too seriously. Naming a character Egg was just right out of the gate. Like, okay, we're going to have some fun. You
want to talk about Carpenter. Look at this shot right here. The way the blinds are playing across his face. Everything about this scene is cinematic masterpiece. This is a master at work, and this is why he is pissed, ladies and gentlemen, that this movie got panned by a lot of the critics, is that the film itself, the way it's shot, how they brought everything together, his respect for the characters, his respect for Chinese mysticism, as it is called. I never, the way they talk about it, all of it's absolutely awesome.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. So, yeah, Egg is here. He's trying to sell his attorney and all of this, and it's going to be our quick little intro that we're going to have this story, and it's basically told from Egg's perspective to the lawyer, and now we're going to have the story. And that scene was added just because the studio wanted to make sure that they kind of told the audience, because, yeah, they've always thought we're dumb. It's not actually a new phenomenon. I have had some weather issues, so I may have some buffering issues. We will just keep going and play with it the best we can. Because I cannot not give Jack his due. I got to make sure I get the audio going here for Jack to get at least one of the clips on there.
Like I told my last wife, I says, honey, I never drive faster than I can see. Besides that, it's all in the reflexes.
It's all in the reflexes. It's the best. It's so good. I tell you, the opening sequence with he's driving in the rain. He's got, I don't know about Loki if he's going to admit it or not. I feel like Loki's love guys. You tell me in the chat. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Like a 1? Give me a 1. I think Loki felt like this is a little bit of like early version of podcasting or something. This is a little bit of early version of what inspired Loki. We see these pieces. We're picking up pieces of Loki inspiration here. Like, wait a minute, this dude's on a CB. He's just, I don't really care who's out there, but let me tell you what you say. It's like
driving a rig. I used to drive a rig.
Yeah, that's some good stuff, man. That's
used to all
stuff.
hazmat.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a lot of inspiration in film that carried over that I'm like, you know what? Just like Jack Burton always says at a time like this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, this was Egg's quote. You see, that was nothing, but that's how it always begins. Such great writing, right? Just cue the music. Yes, because it's real. Yes, and Mr. Trunk's totally geeking out on us. We love Mr. Trunk come up in here, man. It's true. Not knowing who's listening, a YouTuber named Wes Moody was showing Star Trek, and Vic came on. Oh, congratulations, man! That's awesome. You got Vic. That's awesome. Says yes, yeah. Truth bombing. You gave lots of ones are going here. Das Wolfen's hopping in here. So, how many candles you burning? Yeah. What's your 20? Those about my 3 movies. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, look, definitely got some inner Jack Burton. We all know it's true. Yeah, we all know it's true. Let's see.
That name, Kim Cattrell. They didn't want her for this either. They didn't want her in this movie.
There's a lot of back and forth on her. Well, she also had like a lot of scheduling limitations because she was doing a play, and she had it in her contract. She couldn't film after the afternoon because she had to make her way over to do the Three Sisters play, Chekhov play. So there was all this back and forth working with her. But they also wanted her because she was coming out of the Porky's thing. So they wanted like the hot lady. And there is the Porky's look, by the way. There's one shot in the film again. You're waiting for, if you look for it, you'll see her. And she gives him this look. And you're like, yep, there it is. There's the Porky's look. Mm-hmm. There's the thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lassie.
Yeah. Let's see where we're at.
Going across the Golden Gate.
That music's been with me all day today too.
I'm not.
I know we gotta hear our pauses. Let's cheat a little. I forgot about doing this. I went through all that trouble, Loki, and I forgot. So we could just do that too. So those of you who don't know, we are still fighting through minor copyright and nonsense from YouTube or whatever. So, to dispute and fight everything, we'll see how it goes. So, but let's get another Jack Burton on the record. We got to get at least one more.
Saying that I've been everywhere and I've done everything. But I do know it's a pretty amazing planet we live on here. A man would have to be some kind of fool to think we're all alone in this universe.
I love it. Let
me tell you, Pilgrim.
Next time you shoot someone, you better make sure they're dead. That's my
channeling John Wayne.
Yeah. And then we get I think this was a great element that obviously they built so much studio work. They did a lot of the stuff, but he really wanted to capture Asian culture and Chinatown and all that. Of course, Jackson there. He's jumping. He's right into this gambling thing with his friend, and this moves very, very quickly into this little seedy shenanigans going on here, and they're gambling and betting, raising the stakes. I'm going to cut this bottle in half, and it's like it was just. I don't want to say I forgot this scene, but it didn't click as much for me than when I watched it. I thought everything about filmmaking then has been lost. So for those of you who don't know how I am, Loki has to endure me. There's milk crates behind, old rusted up, kind of beat up looking, tattered Coca-Cola machine, some papers and just stuff laying around. Look at the outfit that Wang has. It's not just some cheesy outfit. It's just eccentric and odd and unique and interesting. It's like, where did he get that hat? Why would he have a scarf on? Look at that old 80s thin tie. He was just, there's so much nuance. And when we first met and got together because of that Halo show, and I was one of the things that I was so put off by was how vanilla and bland and generic and sterile everything was. Like, it was like really like cheap 90s B sci-fi nonsense. It's just crap. And this is just, yeah, I know that this isn't exactly the focus of the film, but I'm telling you, your brain picks up on a lot of this aesthetics out there and stuff like that. And yes, it makes it.
Can you imagine? And see, they can't do this. They can't do this. So a director has a vision. They're putting a scene together. Let's say all those crates were all stacked the right way. And he goes to film it and he stops everybody. He goes over there and just pushes them down and starts throwing a couple of them up. And he takes a box, throws it up there, and he gets it all disheveled and all messed up and looks at it and goes, mwah, and then goes back behind the camera. You cannot do that with CGI.
Mm-mm. No, they just do it.
They just do it. They just do whatever. They're just, well, this is the way I want it. He tells them the way he wants it, and it's done. Now, can he go back and change it? Yeah, but it's going to cost money to do that. It's going to cost time, and it's going to cost money.
The Mouse House is doing it without the director involved. They're just putting the crap together. So that's what we're learning over the last couple months of how much of this stuff, which is exactly what we said had happened. But now we're actually getting validation. As I said before, people will come clean, and you'll start to see they only spent 11 days writing Black Widow, and they rushed through all this crap. CGI sequences were done, so. You're absolutely right. We saw this also. Again, I've recommended this HBO show called The Offer, and it's kind of like this behind-the-scenes docudrama. It's not. It's just a regular drama, but about how The Godfather was made. And you see that with Coppola and his thought process, and you see that they did such a great job of landing real filmmaking and how these guys think and act. So, all right, let me get our little thing back up there. Let's hit chat real quick and see. Let's see. Yes, the song doesn't even really have a rhythm. It's just Carpenter. Yes. Yeah, I know. I've had it stuck in my head all day today, by the way. It's been great. Chris Persia. Yes. Kim is a Canadian. So there you go. Chalk it up. We could use a lot more Kim Cattrell in our life. Just saying.
Always.
Yes. All right. It's going to get ugly now. I hope not. Yes. Jack Burton. I've done everything. So he's pansexual? Oh, Stephen Ransom, please just stop with your nonsense. Let's see. I got everybody caught up. You guys are awesome, man. CGI is so sterile. Yeah, Loki's right. There's no magic there when you can't get it done. Now, realism, mess, imperfection. That's what makes perfection. Yeah, I know. It's like, because it's a fancy word, right? Verisimilitude. Like it feels real. It feels authentic. And so, all right, moves quickly. All right, they're going to go to the airport. Got to pick up their his love of his life. Basically, it's his big day.
Green eyes, Jack. Green eyes. You know how rare that is. Oh yeah, Wang.
Meow. Yeah, that's not a coincidence that her name is Meow. Yeah. Green eyes.
Meow Yin.
And then Trouble shows up. This is the other lady. She's there as well. That's who Kim Cattrall's character is there to pick up. But the gang is there, right? So we end up with the Lords of Death, our first introduction to the shenanigans of the Lords of Death. And we end up with a fight breaking out. Jack trying to flirt, goes badly, ends up on his rear end. Nothing goes right for Jack. Jack's great because Jack doesn't Go.
Did you ever see the extended ending with the Lords of Death?
I don't know. I would have to go through my physical copies and see. I did not do that for this prep, so I don't know. Don't know if I had. Tell us
they
about
get theirs. They get theirs. When he gets his truck back and they're escaping from Lopans, at the end of the movie, he actually when he hits the brakes on the truck and Gracie's like, oh, isn't that sweet? Jack looks over and sees their Corvette or their Camaro parked near the waterfront, and he drives over and hits their Corvette into the water. So he dunks them into the water as they're sitting by the waterfront in San Francisco. Shoots them into the bay.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, we didn't cover every single line or whatever. That was a great one. Jacob points out, because he's scoping out Kim Cattrall, and Meow is still being talked about for poor Wang. And he's like, green eyes. Well, how can you tell from here? Yeah, well, it's just little subtleties are so good. So, let's see. Story moves quickly. We're already in the middle of our adventure. Just starts going because they're following down and craziness is breaking out. I know he's like slamming on brakes for the semi. That's awesome. There we are. The Pork Chop Express. Burton Trucking. Wonder where that truck is. Wouldn't that be cool to see?
Okay, so I do know there is a copy of that truck in Branson, Missouri. There is a classic, it's like a classic movie car place. They've got like Tow Mater out in front and the race car from Cars and all kinds of the Ghostbuster mobile. But inside, they've got the General Lee. They've got Kit from Knight Rider. They've got Car from Knight Rider. They've got this truck. They've got a couple of different things, and it's just like a walk-through car museum of movie cars.
Very cool. Very cool. So this is one of my favorite scenes because it's Al. It's one of my favorite like the other guy kind of actors. Al Leong from Die Hard and Lethal Weapon fame. So he's going to come up for show up here as the Hatchet Man. Let's see.
Sing dings, red turbans.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. I got to pause. I don't want to get me in trouble. So yeah, I love the guys coming. Guns are just blazing. It's so over the top. This is great shooting.
The guy you're talking about, he's the one that's chewing on like a nougat when they send the police in. He's sitting there behind the counter eating the candy bars before the SWAT team comes in to get him. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's going to come up several times, but I got to find it. It'll drive me crazy if I don't. It's right before that shot. He comes up, and again, we shoot it in a mirror. So this is a funeral. I wish there was like a speed up on this version, but we don't have my physical. Here you go. There he is. He's walking in with his hatchet.
With the meat cleaver.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
with the meat cleaver.
Remember him in Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, guys? Al Leong. Yes, Al Leong. So I'm all about the weird no-name guys. He's just great. I love these folks that can come up and play these roles, and they don't really get like the fame and credentials that they deserve and that kind of thing. So we enter in the middle of a Chinese standoff. Don't make a sound, Jack. Don't make a sound. I just started laughing. I was like, don't make a sound? What? It's like a T-Rex? It was just so great. I loved it so much. Oh, it's so fun. All right, let me make sure. Because chat's gone bonk. Chat, you guys love this movie as much as we do. So Mr. Turkles has it. Yeah, he seen the truck. Jacob Ironside's seen the truck. Then the truck's horn is burned into my brain. Yeah. Sooner or later. Yeah, let's see here. Kim Cattrell praise. Harley Davidson hat. Oh, come on. You got to be able to find a Harley hat. They're out there somewhere.
I know that you can get one made that looks just like his hat. It won't be an official one, but you can get it made. I can't remember whether I saw it on Etsy or where I saw it off of, but yes, you can get that hat. Just look for Jack.
Oh, just look for like a Jack Burton search and try to figure it out that way.
Yep.
Cool. Very cool. Joker says that Vegas also has a car collection thing, some Batmobiles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh yeah.
They haven't made a model kit or the truck. Oh. It seems it seems like a guaranteed moneymaker depending on how much they charge for it.
Well, heck, if they came out with the die-cast ones from back in the day, I'd buy a die-cast. Heck yeah, a Pork Chop Express. I'd love to buy a big die-cast Pork Chop Express. Yes. Heck, you could do a Big Trouble in Little China Transformers crossover, and people would go absolutely nuts. A Lopan Darth Vader, a Jack Burton Han Solo, a Wang Chi Luke. You've got the Pork Chop Express that could transform.
Kim Cattrell with the buns. Oh yeah.
Yes, you could do all kinds of cool, absolutely cool crossovers with this.
Yes, Wolfen. We're giving Al Leong some love. So, all right. So, let's see. So we have our fight breaks out. ton of great cheesy action and chaos, and obviously you can see the Jackie Chan type influence that they were going for before. We have our storms show up. So the 3 storms show up. Rain and lightning and thunder show up. Basically, the lone wolf and cub characters are been introduced into Carpenter universe, so that was pretty awesome. And they're bulletproof. That was always a fun element. It was like, what are we dealing with here? And then we have this great sequence where they just do silly. Yeah, that's so awesome. We're gonna throw knives. Oh, and then let me give it a good pause. Lightning. There. Yeah, they're definitely the elementals. So we got to throw knives first. Down they go. Everyone backs up like I'm not sure what we're dealing with. And it's a little crazy over the top.
Years later in the 90s, this crazy game guy who's working for Midway Acclaim comes out with a character in a game called Mortal Kombat called Lord Raiden. And Lord Raiden is the lightning storm. He is the storm. We would never have that if it wasn't for this movie. And they actually say that, oh yes, it is heavily inspired by the storm in Big Trouble in Little China.
This guy.
This
spinning freaking. The other guy looks like he has back scratchers, by the way. I just start laughing every time I watch him. Spinning blades and these ridiculous hats. Oh, it's all good. So anyway, panic in the air. Jack's going to just step on it. They do. And this is our first look at him. And they kind of drive over his ghost version, basically. And they kind of blind Jack briefly. And they're on foot for the run. So then they crawl through little tunnels. And they move from the one part of the set into like the underground part and that kind of thing. Very complicated set design and kind of like choreography of how they're going to handle all of this.
Yeah, this tunnel they're in, all this garbage, all this trash. Look how worn it looks. All that's made. All that's a set. They're all on a set. This is not them in Little Chinatown or anything like that. Really crawling through a sewer. It's all a set.
Yeah.
That is creativeness. That takes work. That's like, you're going over that over and over and over again till Carpenter's like, you guys got it right. All right, now, boys, go climb through the garbage.
Yeah, that's why the cost of the movie was $25 million. That's why the budget was so high, because they knew they couldn't really do what he wanted to do on location, especially with all of the aerial fighting and just the amount of martial arts they were going for. So they had this elaborate set and location that was built for this film. So, and we'll get to more of that. So this is out in the aftermath, and this is how you just know. Well, this is a Billy. Our first look, there he is in his Komodo. Jack's trying to call the insurance company in his little silk kimono as his clothes are drying out because they had to go through the sewer. And it's funny how so much of the dialogue runs off screen into his back and forth with the person and trying to get through and bickering about, don't tell me it was an active guy. Tell me that it was this. Tell me it was that. So, yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
What the hell is Gracie Law doing here?
The 3 storms is so iconic. Yes. And I want to say Raiden wins. Flawless victory. All right. Gracie Law, the lawyer. Law, no pun intended. Puns are very much intended in this film. So he's just convinced that she's into him. It's just his swagger. And he really pulls all this off so well. It's very, very impressive. And we get like little doses of like the mythology and the sorcery and the belief of what we're getting into. And Jack's just in way over his head that these folks know a lot more than I do. I just want my truck back. You're going to owe me for my truck.
His bones have been atomized. He's no longer in our reality. And Jack's like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah. So Jack's going to go undercover. There's a good shot of Kim Cattrell, by the way. Ooh, yeah. Keep going here. So we get to
and she is not a victim screaming for help either. She's got balls. she's a strong, independent woman that doesn't put up with shit, but she's not like a bitch either. So
this was him going in, sneaking into the brothel. He's got to go in, and we've got to just play just a tad here. Let Jack have his moments. He's got his little used car outfit going on here.
oh yeah, he's like oh
yeah. He's excuse me. He's So I think what I read was there's this scene. You'll see how sweaty he ends up getting or whatever. He actually had the flu during this sequence, so the sweat was real. So yeah, Jack's undercover. He's trying to find his way to sneak in, kind of create some of the diversion and all that. Figure out where is this girl with green eyes? Where's Green Eyes? Right. And then we basically have a little cutaway to Green Eyes. Let's get to Green Eyes. Tied up. Yeah, okay, he's screen. Yeah, so that basically we end up with our little earthquake sequence. Basically, what it kind of feels like. It's raining here, but then it's like we cut and we have like the ceiling rips open, and then you have this guy. He shows up, and then there she is. There's Green Eyes, and Green Eyes going to get abducted by the baddies. And Jack actually sees it, so Jack's like, "What on earth are we looking at here?" Through the roof they go.
And that's a beautiful effect. Carpenter said a couple of times that they didn't really pay them enough to do a lot of the things, and they were overloaded. They were doing multiple movies at the time, the special effects crew that worked on this. But you see that lightning carrying them away, and it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm down with that. Yeah, lightning looks great.
Look at that. The wire work is really, really good. They use the rain to help disguise some of the stuff. See how smart that is instead of sticking with crappy CGI and whatever, because that's real water. Yeah, it's not, it's manufactured water, sure, but it's actually real water, And then they will use some of their effects to enhance it, and blends in well. So let's see here. So we got to move forward a little bit into what are we going to do? You didn't actually see Dave Lopan because he's all secretive and he's a mastermind and whatever. You're just mistaken, Jack. Jack's like, no, I know what I saw. And I gotta get my truck. We gotta find Green Eyes, all this other stuff. So things are gonna move forward. Lots of rain in this film. It's I will say that I skipped a little line. Let's see, make sure I got the right line. Yeah, because there's a comment about the wind and being a problem with her face because if he's re-echoing her joke, but there's something about if we're not back, call the president. And I just love Jack. Jack's like all over the map with his shenanigans. Call the president. Like, yeah. Yes, Mr. Jacob. I feel like an outsider here. Yeah, you are. It's great. It was so good. So this film is riddled with these little moments and little nonsensical things that keep happening to kind of keep things moving for us. And we're having so much fun along the way before we kind of end up in these little, the journey that basically the two of them are on trying to figure out a way to hustle themselves. And this is his ridiculous boots. He's in full Jack gear now. And then he'll gradually start shedding a few layers and things like that with his thing. So we got to find the secret entrance to get down, and then meanwhile we cut to the restaurant, and Egg is with everybody. We end up with more of sort of the mythological elements, the sorcery, the Chinese black magic explained, so we can kind of follow what is actually going on a little bit. And I didn't mention it too. That shot, that was kind of the shot, a little bit of that John Wayne walk that I should have mentioned. So let's see. I think this is where Jack gets this, he's always talking smack, but he doesn't last more than a few minutes and he gets himself knocked out. They're in the trap in the elevator, which floods, which is kind of an elaborate trap for a 1986 comedic film or whatever. And then again, set design, look at all the crazy stuff in the background that's going on here. Lots of details of things that they were going for. This crazy set cost a fortune. And then we got to wheel out Oh, what's his name?
Grandpa Lopan.
No. What's your Prometheus guy? Peter
David
Whalen.
or Whalen. Peter Whalen. Yeah.
He's
Hello?
Whalen.
Does
He's
anybody
Whalen.
have any spotted dick? Yes. I'm
Yes,
looking for
he's
my
like-
spotted dick. Damn it.
Whalen Lopan is what this dude is. He's like the Whalen Lopan version. The shenanigans. So yeah, shenanigans are afoot, and yeah, Jack does his part to call it out. He's like, "Are you crazy? Is that your problem?" I love that's one of my favorite lines. So yeah, it's great.
You will be burned alive in the hell of 1,000 deaths. Whatever the hell he says. God, yes.
Or check into a psycho ward, whichever comes first, huh?
Jack, will you?
Jack, what? I'm supposed to fly this shit?
Oh, it's good. So obviously, because of the way they manufactured the set and all of that, they do such a good job of it. Even though it feels small in some ways, because it's so complex and complicated, it also feels big. So I know that's a little weird. So you feel sort of like the claustrophobia to know that you're in like this underground lair. You're in this complex little maze of where the bad guys kind of are, but it also feels that complexity because all the set design is done very well. The camera work and the editing is done very well. The cast is amazing. Oh man, and Kim Cattrell is hot. Holy cow. What a look. She's got the 80s look right there, boys. Ooh-wee. Good night. All right. Where are we at?
Yeah.
So our prompt.
Ironside, you will go to the hell where you are skinned alive. Yes.
Yes, you were. Let's see. Das Wolfen used to have those boots. All right. Let's see that. Let's see this first. I'm going to share this. I got to admit, James Hong does play some iconic characters. Indeed, he does. Indeed, he does. Yes, he will go to hell. Yes, where you were skinned alive. See what he did there? Talk hard amalgam right there. Yes. So now we're in the we're going back and forth on this stuff. And he always thinks he has things. And I will say of the effects, the skeletons are probably some of the cheesier elements in the film. I mean, I know that's kind of silly to have something that's kind of meant to be kind of fun and B movie-esque or whatever. But so much of this works so well. So much works. So and we move quickly through this sequence where they pretend to be tied back up again so they can get their jump on this guy. And then, of course, there's a silly, he wheels himself back. All right, Jack, how are you going to get out of this, Jack? Nothing like a good constipation move to get you free from safety. He stands.
He's got to jump out of that chair. He's got to jump out of that chair and make a show of it as it rolls backwards. Yep.
There we go. Down the well. Whoop. Yep. Meanwhile, Wang has just been laying waste to bad guys. Wheelchair shenanigans going on, and Wang is just kicking butt left and right, flipping. I mean, just insane. Just insane. So we have more like the mysticism and sorcery scenes and shots that are going on. We see the real Lopan finally emerge with his creepy pinky nails and weirdness and all that. And he basically just kind of glides right through solid objects and all of that. So it really is interesting because you do see the Chinese mysticism and some of the stuff. I really do think they did a good job of really trying to bring forth some of that mythology and interesting spirituality to this film. Lots of makeup. This dude's he's tricked out with makeup department. I don't care what anybody says. That's a lot of work. He's got 4 different colors around his eyes, not to mention his lips. The girls are in jail, quite literally. Here they hear the boys come up the escalator, the elevator, and I'm pretty sure this was the shot where, they do like a distraction. I'm going to shoot this guy, and then Jack's climbing across the little railing. Got to figure out how to get to the girls, bust them out. They're fighting on the bridge, trying to make their way against some girls, some tough chicks fighting the boys. And no, we don't have a problem. We'll punch those girls right in the face. We'll throw them over the side. It's the old school, man. It's how we do it back then. Anyway, they get the girls out. The chase begins, and the solution is to jump into this water. Guns start firing, and everyone's got to go on a quick little swim to get away. So again, the elaborate set, actors getting wet, shenanigans going on. They've saved all the ladies that were held in the sex trafficking brothel. So yeah, the complexity here is really off the chart. Oh, bad guys. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Jesus, shot. Love that. He thinks so. He's so full of himself. He thinks that he knows what he's doing. Oh, we're gonna go this way. We should be safe. He opens the door. Of course, the bad guys are standing there. It's like, oh, or we might be trapped. So yeah, let's listen to what Jack sees. You know.
What do you mean, Mike?
Hide, they only saw my face. Yeah. It's the 80s. What do you want me to say?
It's little things like that it's charming. The whole movie's charming.
Ali Young has to take a shot. Good job, Wang. I have to say also, I really forget every time we watch one of his things, I forget how much Carpenter music is sort of like iconic and really just underrated.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
unique. And so anti the system. Talk about an independent filmmaker. They think they can just stroll on out of here, how they kind of snuck in, like I don't know how long, 30 minutes ago in the film. They're going to sneak right back out, just kind of roll. So yeah, shenanigans are afoot. And Gracie gets herself caught by the sewer monster. Hang on here. Oh yeah, the eyes and the stat. Oh, I love the Scooby-Doo. So here's our plan. Our plan's going to be like we're going to just race out this door. Like everyone just looks at him like he has a clue to what he's doing. He has no idea what he's actually doing in this scene. So they just kind of roll on out. Everyone's going to Scooby-Doo their way. He pulls out his little gun. Everyone's going to start. Gracie's in the back, so I have to take note of that. Because as they run out, we got a little shot right here. I'm like, wait, what's going on in there? You know, she kind of does the little danger-prone Daphne. Got to get herself caught.
Doing real good, guys. Come on, Jack. Come on.
Sewer monster gets her. The guns do coke fire and as they drive away and eggs boss. So everyone thinks they're safe. Then they realize quickly we don't have green eyes and we lost Gracie. I remember my notes. I was like, oh crap, they didn't even bother taking green eyes with them. Where's green eyes? And then they start talking about it. Like, oh yeah, that's true. So this is the little lair where sewer monster is, and they move along. They start kind of catching up to the fact that you know what's going on, and she has green eyes too. So Lopan. Oh, this is old Lopan. This was Waylon Lopan. Yeah, we have to have transformation as we cut back.
Well, Lopan wants to keep Miao Ying. So he wants to keep Miao Yin and screw over the god that cursed him, the demon. So what he's going to do is he's going to sacrifice Gracie Law and keep Miao Yin as his wife. And that's not what his benefactor, his demon god, agreed to. You got to sacrifice a Chinese girl with green eyes. So he's going to sacrifice he's now going to sacrifice a white redhead with green eyes. That's not what, yeah. It's going to get him into trouble.
Yeah, it's not going to go quite as he plans, which is always what makes a good movie. There's always got to be a little twist, a little arrogance that's going to go on. So let's see. Joker voice did head out. Let's see. The magic Coke nail is huge. Yes. A little bit of that Chinese wuxia storytelling, mysticism, and warriors. What's not to love? Amen, Chris Persia. Absolutely. All right. 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom. We're trapped. We may be trapped. And I know how he like pulls the knife out and it goes flying. Yeah, he has no clue to what he's doing. He's a bumbling sidekick at best. So. And Zach's popped in. How we doing, my friend? So good to have you with us.
What is up, Zach's?
Yes, Zach's here. They have tamed the burning blade and tamed the savage heart. I shall marry both women. Princess Leia Rose. Hey there, Princess
What is
Leia.
up?
Right.
How are you doing?
Everybody coming, rolling through. Yes, I'm checking out Stephen Ransom sent us a message. Let's find out what Stephen Ransom, he's got a photo for us. Let's see what that is too while we navigate through here. Oh boy, there's more than one. There we go. What am I looking at here, buddy? Oh geez, you're so fun. All right, I'm going to save it and we'll pop it up here in a minute. Let me get back to, oh geez, it's not letting me. I got to save it somewhere. Save it to there. Oh, it's a large. I may just have to leave it open and then. All right, so we've got to go back. They got to go save Green Eyes. They got to go save whatever. She's starting to figure out. Lopan's going to spill out some of the plans and what's going on here. He's like, "You have green eyes too." And this was Egg getting the band together. All right, we're going to go on this massive rescue mission. And Jack's like, "What's going on? What's with all these potions and all these shenanigans and all the stuff?" So you've already got a little
Monster
bit
bags.
more. Yes, monster bags. Yes. So yeah, you start to get little gifts for all that. We got to find the girls. We got to figure all this stuff out and go on their hunt. So let's see. Green Eyes. What's the point? Yeah, we got past this part. Okay, the firehouse. Yeah. This is a firehouse. So this is actually the set. That the interior here is actually the same interior they used for part of Ghostbusters. So I thought that little factoid was fun because I'm a huge Ghostbuster nerd. So I read that. Oh yeah, that's true. I remember hearing that one.
That is the firehouse.
They have like a firehouse set and they just kind of recycle stuff, guys. You should know that. So, and here's our spontaneous poll. So we gotta have a poll. Every kid wants to have a poll.
It's the same poll.
Yep, that's the Ghostbusters poll. So, yes,
You gotta try this poll.
you gotta try.
Let's stay here tonight. Sleep here.
Tonight. Yes,
We'll
Ray.
try it out.
So we go on this journey. Look how elaborate. Again, not a location. Built all this. Pole and all. So very good stuff. And there's Green Eyes. They're watching all these, like this ritualistic thing with all the storms going through their things. One weapon at a time. And this was the quote you guys hit in chat earlier about survive the blade. Here we go. And more wire work with the girls. They levitate on through. Oh, I'm missing it. There we go.
Jingdai.
I will marry both women. Prepare them. Hi!
Hoi.
What? Huh? What'll come out no more? Come on.
Jack
Oh,
is
he's
so in
scared.
over his head. He's out of his
He's
wits.
scared shitless.
Yes.
God.
Susie Pie has brown eyes. Yeah. Let's see. Rich. Oh, that's right. Rich is his place. Right. So when they go in there and it's Egg's fire, it's like, he's rich. He owns half the neighborhood. It's like, Rich, this place is a dump. And it's like, yeah, it's so great. So he owns the block. He's a very rich man. Yes. To Western eyes, the stuff in these jars is priceless. Mr. Tickle Trunk knows every line. This is great. Oh my goodness. Yes. It's a firehouse set. So it's not the exterior location for the firehouse. So there's like different sets for the Ghostbuster scene. So the interior scene, and then with the way the pole, that's the part that this is in. So it's the same. So thank God for colored context. Well, we have to have Green Eyes. Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, this is a great shot of Jack. Let's take the cover off just for a second and see, because he's just. I can't really make it bigger without probably messing something up and boomerang on you folks, but yeah, it's just you see in his face, he is in way over his head. He is in way over his head. He tries to pretend, he puts on the face, but no. Here's the shenanigans that are happening with Lightning Guy, programming them, him and his knife. So yeah, we'll have a lot.
They've
of
got
that.
swords, they've got weapons, they've got ancient wizard items, and he's got a knife.
Little knife. Yeah. And this guy, he's the one kicking butt, taking names, as Loki loves to say. Yeah. Wang is definitely the boss in this movie.
Yes. Only a dream can kill a dream.
Yes.
I've waited for this for a long time.
So that was the there's potion in the thing. They have to drink a potion so they can control magic. So we're getting a little prelude to what that's going to be coming up here in a minute. You have to see the different. So basically, the ceremony starts to play out. This was so elaborate and actually dangerous. They were saying I was reading some of the stuff about this scene because I'm like, golly, this scene is way elaborate. This set design, the way they put in the lights after whatever. But they had this escalator, and look how narrow the escalator is. Like they were afraid that their capes would get caught and things like that. So, man, this was a lot of fun, man. I love this kind of stuff. The storms. Okay, so this was the crazy spine eye guy. So puppeteering at its best back in the day.
Hey, you never know you try.
I think we missed earlier in the film too, right? Because when there's a shot where he shoots someone. Well, first off, the safety's on, so he doesn't know how to use the gun properly. Then he shoots someone. You could see him pause, and Wang goes, "What? Is this the first time you've iced somebody or killed someone?" Oh, no, of course not. And I'm like, yeah. So Jack gets called out for his inexperience or whatever, even though he tries to put on the brave face in the front, like he's Mr. Machismo. And I think that's what makes him such an interesting main character, because he's a mess. He's a mess. He's got the knife in one hand. We end up in this fight scene. It's really, really fun. All right, where are we getting? Come on.
Oh, when he breaks out the punch, when he breaks out that drink, make you feel like, well, yeah, yes.
So the sewer monster appears. Yeah, we got to get to. Yeah, so here's our punch. Everyone's going to have their drink. You get a huge buzz.
Oh, good. See things no one else can see. Do things no one else can do.
Yes.
As real as Lopan. Here we go. So everyone's going to take their shot so they can head into battle. They're in the elevator, and they're like,
Me too. I got a very positive attitude about this.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
they're all like buzzing hardcore. And I love they're doing like the little Asian thing like that. And they're all like, "Hey, Egg, that was good stuff, man. Thanks, Egg, for sharing." So yeah, they're all lit a little bit. So then it's like this is a Lopan ceremony with the quote "needle of love," and it's time to shoot him. So not till they're married. We have to wait. So there's all this stuff about trying to draw the blood, make sure he transforms into the human form, and then but once it starts, it's like all mayhem and chaos starts breaking out. So that's where we end up with just
one hell of a fight.
Yeah, there's just stuff. There's people flying everywhere. They got trampolines. You got wire work. They also have like a lot of camera glares and stuff too. This is very, very good stuff.
Especially the fight with Wang in the storm is absolutely excellent.
This was so great. So he actually does finally kill this guy, but the guy weighs so much you can't get him off of it. I mean, like he's trapped underneath the guy. So Wang and all these folks are fighting, and they're all kicking butt. He's struggling to get out from underneath the thing that he killed. So the fight just goes on around him. Okay, so yeah, Egg faces off against Lopan and calls basically it's a Schwartz battle. Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
But he loses. He loses. Lopan wins.
Yep, he gets the upper hand. Lopan's a little stronger, so...
and there's more to that backstory, obviously, because Lopan knows Egg Chen. And, he's like, you never could beat me. So what is the story there, and what is the history? How old is Egg? Right. If he has met up with Lopan before and gone up against Lopan before? These are questions that need to be asked. They've talked about, they're going to remake this with The Rock, or it's going to be a sequel or a remake or blah, 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 blah. You want to do something really interesting, find out about a young Egg Chen and how he takes on Lopan. That's what I want to see.
That'd be good. That'd be good to see. They got swords, ancient magic. We got Kurt Russell. Yes.
Damn straight.
Wind, fire, all that kind of thing. It's been waiting a long time, Jack. Only a dream can kill a dream. Even the throwaway dialogue in this movie is so good and serves a purpose. Yeah, I don't know that there's a lot of throwaway dialogue. I think there's cheesy, silly dialogue. So, Oh, this was him. He's correcting my. It's first time you plug somebody. Yeah, he's like, no. There is a Ghostbusters Lego set. Yes. I had a friend who was going to try to convince me to buy it, but he wanted to like share its like ownership with it. We wanted to like go in halvesy, and it would be at my house for a few weeks. And so I'm like, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not.
And Soul Assassin, it'd have to be very, very specific. And I'm not talking about a remake. I'm talking about more of like Carpenter comes back and they tell like the story of how Egg Chen meets Lopan and goes up against Lopan. I would watch that as long as Carpenter's involved and he's in charge of everything. I could watch something like that. They don't need The Rock or anybody else to do that shit either.
Yeah, so the scene goes crazy. Look at the special effects, what we try to go for. Crazy. This is the wirework sword fighting that we get. They were all about all this. It was all great stuff. Meanwhile, he's got the girl, kind of. She's convinced anyway. So he's at least saved her enough. Let's see here. Let's get to it. We have to do the moment.
He's looking her up and down.
Hanlon, I took something. I can see things no one else can see. Why you?
He's got a swagger. And he's he is so ready to call his shots right there, baby. He is so ready to call his shots.
Dressed like that.
I was getting married. He was marrying both of us just because my eyes are green too. I guess. I mean.
Yoink. Come here, darling.
Lassie. But we can't like get too carried away with it all, right? Because we have to keep a little bit some fun because it's one of these things too where you see it coming. It's like early in the film, like he's getting to kiss the girl. It's like, what's happening? I don't understand. But he's got lipstick all over his face. Yeah, where I get struck, I'm sure. So yeah, it's all crazy. We keep moving towards the battle sequence too.
Get him.
Like he got the lipstick on his face. It's so great. Oh my gosh. Again, we have those moments where you're like, is that in the script? I want to see the note and like in parentheses, lipstick still on his face or something like that. Because there is a shot where she wipes it off later, but I don't know. There's little moments like that when you script it. It's like it's so good. This is the nice scene that was in the intro that I did for Loki, so he could have his little moment. Yeah, because it was a lot of fun. The knife.
Goodbye, Mr. Button.
He's been toting around all this time. Lopan's, he's maybe bought off more than he can chew.
And that's all it took.
That's it. He's human. Took it right to the face.
He made himself vulnerable.
Meanwhile, the fights are still going on like crazy. Furniture's just being thrown around the room. It's just great. Because it's like we're talking about, just there's no little details like, we're going to destroy this in this scene, we're going to throw this over here, throw this like that shot, Donnie run that way, you do this that way. So all right, and this guy, he just starts expanding. He's just full of them. I'm like, this was one of the weirdest parts. Like, why is he exploding again? I don't. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. The lightning guy is going after them. He's trying to get them.
The last of the storms that's still alive.
Yeah. He makes his giant leap. The inhuman, how can you jump that high feet? 8-foot ceilings, but he jumps at least a foot or two above, and no ropes or anything. It's just so much fun of just shenanigans. And then meanwhile, Egg has this crazy wire thing that they can do with people, and they throw one of the little boulder things to kill the lightning guy. Statues crush him, and they make their way out. Wait, there's my truck. They got to find a way to the truck. So let's see. Have we heard that James Hong was so into the role when he was pretending to cut his brides, he actually scratched Susie Pie's arm and had to apologize? Yeah, I heard that. I was going through different notes. I think I saw or read something about that. It passed me on, like, I think yesterday, Sunday. So, yeah. What are you wearing? You're hot. I heard you're also lasty. So, yeah. Oh, this is Chris going back to a good, faithful prequel. I think you could do it. So let's do some screenwriting 101. So we're going to do it. We need Kurt Russell and Carpenter on the bill. And then we can have Kurt Russell's basically getting sucked up into this universe for some reason again. And there's a little bit more of Egg's story in Lopan. And there's some sort of residual thing that's unresolved from that, and that's what's come back that Jack has to rise up and deal with in some way, shape, or form in his elderly state, thinking that he still has it, even though he was incompetent then. He's even more competent now that he's old. One of the few roles out of many that defined his career. He had a blast playing Lopan. Yeah, very, very cool. Yes. Yes, payoffs. Yeah, callbacks and payoffs. I know, Mr. Tickle Trunk. They are nearly extinct in most products. So yeah, we are going to have the truck semi sequence. It's going to roll in. And then there's sort of like the after credit where everybody started working things out. Everybody's celebrating, and Egg's just taking off. He's got his little speak. My work here is done. I got somewhere to be. I got a gremlin to sell. I got something going on. Look at, there it is. There's Lassie. Look at that.
There it is. Yep.
Oh, I got to be good to you guys in chat. Sorry, I know Loki and I can see it. Yeah, there she is. That's why she got the role, folks. That's why she got the role. Yeah. So Billy's got the hard going on there for Margot. Jack and he started to make their amends, and we got to get Jack driving on.
You just listen to the old Pork Chop Express here now and take his advice on a dark and stormy night when the lightning's crashing and the thunder's rolling and the rain's coming down and
Yeah. It's funny the truck's not moving, but he's moving his arm.
He's thick as lead. Just remember what old Jack Burton...
Oh, John's so great. John's just like, just move your arm, Kurt. It's fine. We'll move the camera. We're fine.
Does when the earth quakes and the poison arrows fall from the sky and the pillars of heaven shake.
The pillars of heaven shake. Pork Chop Express. Close up. Sewer monster. Little.
Yeah, Jack Burton just looks that big old storm right square in the eye and he says, "Give me your best shot, pal."
I can take it.
I can take it. There's our monster. And that's our film, folks. Oh, it's so good. So much fun. Yeah, really just have a fun time revisiting this movie. Really, really did. Such a good pick. And it's just, as we talked about, like, how to do talk hard, how to move forward. One of the things we talked about was, like, keep trying to focus on positive things and some good things as well. Because, Halo Season 2 is going to be right around the corner at some point.
Ugh.
Lord
no burrito wrap, seaweed wrap. No mullet.
It's coming.
Mullet girl. No. I can't. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it now. No.
Let's see. Oh, we need
not Cortana and yeah, no, I can't. This
was our photo of Steven Ransom. Let's see if we can get that to share on Twitter. So yeah, he's got a crunch.
Yes. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Yeah, he's sitting there chewing on a candy bar on the night before Christmas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except two bastards coming in the back, standard 2x2 cover formation.
2x2 cover formation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even the last shot is having fun with the story. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, that's Wolf. When we watched it, so you didn't have to go back into my channel. You can find Halo stuff. We watched it, so you didn't have to. Our version is way more entertaining because our nicknames and stuff. It added layers that wasn't even there. We started making story ideas up. Hot Pocket and just
Autumn Sunrise, Auburn Sunrise, whatever that
Strawberry Spartan is my favorite. I want a Strawberry Spartan action figure. So, yeah. So it's good stuff. So, yeah. So listen, we did it, man. Big Trouble in Little China. It's your favorite, man. We got off hard to do
my
this.
favorite.
It's right there for you.
Favorite. I saw a thing. It was between last week's Stock Card and this week's, and it was a piece of art that has Snake Plissken and Jack Burton in the same photo.
Is this the Boom Studios thing? That's what I'm looking up right now.
Yeah, and the fact that it's got Jack Burton and Snake Plissken in it, I'm just like, dude, that is so absolutely awesome to see. What would you do to get both of those characters in a movie?
Well, they did the comic book. That's what I'm trying to pull up for you. They did this comic book. Boom Studios did. I didn't know if you'd seen it or not. I think I texted you. I did
last week. I looked it up last week.
Oh, they're so good. There's like these beautiful covers that they did, variant covers and stuff of them all and whatever. There's so much stuff that you can't find it. Like it's you got to search for it because it's like there's like 10,000 items that pop up. You have to keep holding your fit. But yeah, it's basically an amalgam of Snake and Jack together in this cover. This comic book series that Boom Studios did, folks. If you look that up, and there's like a virgin cover comic book means that there's no like big logo across top, so it's all just one piece of art. It's freaking amazing. Yeah,
when you talk Carpenter, a lot of people will go immediately to The Thing, and The Thing's a great movie. The Thing scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. The special effects, bar none, are some of the best special effects you'll ever see in a monster movie. But this movie, it's got everything. You've got danger, you've got excitement, you've got horror, you've got fun, you've got a guy that thinks he is like, I am God's gift to the world. Jack Burton always says, God put me here for a reason. Well, it's to be Jack Burton, because Jack Burton's the best thing ever. That's his opinion of himself, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful to watch.
Yeah, I tell you, it's a lot of fun, and I'm really happy that you have something like that you love so much. Because it's kind of like on that list for me. Like I don't know that I have. I think whenever we were talking about Carpenter privately, I said I feel unfair trying to rank them amongst themselves because I think that he's so influential in each one. Like we have Halloween, which is why we have the slasher genre in horror. We have The Thing, which is this incredible sci-fi special effects masterpiece that gets overlooked. And then we have something like this. We have the Escape films. You have these things that he's done that are really they're just so awesome in cinematic history. And I feel it's almost unfair to rank them against each other. Like it's just like, these are the best ones. It doesn't really matter what order you want to choose from. They're just so freaking great. Holy cow. That's just true. Mr. Tickle Drunk. He's only 5'6". Well, first off,
he's short. He's a short guy.
He does not play short, but I mean, most actors are short, but yeah. Dave Bob's down for the
You see him standing next to Booger in Revenge of the Nerds 2. He's shorter than Booger, and Booger's a short guy.
Right. Okay.
So you're like, dang, he's a little guy. He's not tall at all.
Yeah, we all love seeing this guy, man. I love seeing Al. That's great. So, Senate. Oh, Mr. All right, hang on here, Steven. You send these giant photos, so you got to bear with me. I got streaming open. I got all sorts of crazy stuff open, so I got to get it going. Oh, boy. Oh, this was what you were talking about earlier. Steven Ransom is on it, man. He's on it. Loki's going to laugh. Yes. Holy especially since Kurt Russell auditioned for Han Solo. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven Ransom. Hail Steven Ransom. That is fantastic.
Yes, brother. Absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Great. So yeah, I'll be putting all these up. We'll share those with the world, man, and document your work there, man. That's freaking great. I'm looking for these covers, and I see covers, but I'm not seeing the one. Here it is, but it's like I can't find just the one, so I'm trying to get it to pop up by itself. And this guy has them. All right, well, I'm going to share it, and then I'm going to have to put my mouse over it and do the best I can. I regret not buying a guy who had one of these graded. Let me know when you can see it, Loki, so I know how to move my mouse.
I see it.
Yeah. So this is the Virgin cover. So here you have Jack and Snake with this red background. Yeah, it's so good. Let's see if we click some of the other ones. That's a little bit bigger. That one. Do not buy raw versions of that book if you just want them for display or whatever. There are graded copies that are not that expensive because it's a modern book. And Boom Studios has got great stuff, but they had some licensing stuff that did Escape Comics and those crossovers. There's an Escape from New York that has just Snake on the cover as well. That one's also freaking amazing. If you're into New York, you want those kinds of things if you're really into that kind of stuff. So those are really cool comic books, by the way. So I was like, okay, I wonder what kind of cool collectibles are. There's a Big Trouble in Little China board game. Are you familiar with that, Loki?
No, I had no idea there was a board game.
I found a board game. There's a board game that's out there. There's also video games. I knew about that. I knew there's a PSP, but evidently there are video games. Let me go back up to my notes. I wrote it down because I'll forget. There is a Commodore 64 version.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that's old school, man. That's old school. So Big Trouble in Little Coruscant. I got you, Soul Assassin. I saw what you're doing there. And again, thank you, Steven Ransom. Hail, that is freaking awesome. I will definitely be sharing those on Twitter and tagging everybody. So yeah, that's great stuff. So
would it be Big Trouble in Little Coruscant, or would it be Big Trouble in Little Mos Eisley?
Little Mos Eisley? I think Mos Eisley would be great. Yeah, we could definitely do it. So to the two of you, hard talk about fun stuff. That's the ticket. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's see, and there's an NES version. Board game is a high dollar item now. It was a Kickstarter game, and even retail release was very limited. Okay, very cool to know. But if you're into this stuff, and yeah, there's an NES version for the video game as well. Very cool. I'm really apprehensive, like Loki was saying about them idea of them doing another film or trying to continue this, unless Carpenter is giving keys. He's given control, and I just don't. This is owned by the Mouse House now, right? It's a Disney product because it was Fox. So I think right now this isn't happening anytime soon. We don't want it to happen anytime soon. Let things shake out. Maybe 3 to 5 years from now, we'll be in a better state, and Carpenter can maybe get his hands on something like this, and we can make it happen. I don't know. So let's see. Yeah, I think we're pretty much. Oh, let's see. That's not Coruscant. That's a space station. Yes. That's good. So next week, my friend. Next week, Fifth Element, a fun, again, humor is our theme for the month. Chris Tucker, it's such an underrated sci-fi movie for me. Gary Oldman is over the top. Bruce Willis, of course, is playing boss. Mila is super hot. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a good fun ride. Let's have some fun. And
Corbin Dallas, winner of the Gemini Croquet Contest. He's hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. All night long. All night. Oh. He didn't want to do that. And it wasn't until they sat down with him and explained what he was doing that he was like, okay, I can be Ruby. And you're like, oh my God.
I gotta find that clip.
He was like, no way, no how, it's not gonna happen. And then they were like, no, you don't understand. It's like an eccentric. He's eccentric. He's radio. He's like hot, hot, hot. And they had to explain how he needed to play it. And then he was like, okay, I can do it. Super green. I'm green.
That's awesome. Multipass. Yes, super green. Yes.
So I got the 4K. I've got the 4K box set from the metal box from Best Buy. So I can't wait to watch the Steelbook copy of this. I haven't watched it, I think, since I bought it. So it's just been sitting by my TV since I bought it. So,
and I don't know about you guys in chat, and we appreciate you being here so much. We're doing this for you and doing it for ourselves. Please share each week. Let people know we can come hang out and talk about stuff like this. We can never do these movies justice, but if we can reach one more person, we can maybe get a movie that's brought to your attention that you haven't watched in a while, like Loki was just saying. That's what makes this go around for me. I look forward to Talk Hard for this exact reason. good, bad, or otherwise, because I feel like it's impactful to keep fandom going. Don't throw some gas on the fire. Ryan, thank you, Ryan. Congrats again to Ryan, Mr. 1K himself,
Heck
the machine.
yeah.
You rocking and rolling, taking the names, man. Yes. Yeah, so too big to be a space station. Yeah. But the best part, Jack would still have to have a knife. That's the best part of it. He would still have to have a knife. Maybe not a blaster. Yeah. He'd have a knife. That'd be even better. So, but yeah, we'll do Fifth Element and then we'll do Dread. And then it's kind of open discussion. We have a few minutes, so maybe some thoughts on how to handle, I'm not into sort of like bloods and gut horror. I actually enjoy smart horror. Then there's like classic horror. So I'm not really sure how to approach October. So we'll have to kind of bounce around some ideas and some thoughts of some things that we could do to give October the kind of respect that it deserves.
May I make a suggestion?
I will always take suggestions, my friend.
One thing we did last year was The Crow. That is a true Halloween masterpiece. Happens on October 30th through October 31st. Yeah, absolute devil's effing night.
Taking notes like an old man. That's how I roll. Oh my gosh, Zach, thank you so much, my friend. Hail to Zach.
Heck yeah, brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Let me see if I can find a little something for Zach. Yeah, find something to keep a smile on your face, my friend.
It's all in the reflexes.
Well, I don't have I didn't have time to edit down and get those from Victor, but this is the class. This is the one I think most people tend to want to play.
I went in and just simply, oh yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Hopefully put a smile on your face. Zach, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to go and pick up my second webcam and add our second webcam and put that together so I can do like desktop, do more comic book, do cards, do those kind of show and tell type things that everybody's talking about. And Das Wolfen's mentioning Event Horizon. I have not watched that in a million years. I don't own a physical copy of that, so I will make.
They just came out with a 4K. They just came out with a 4K for Event Horizon.
I gotta buy a freaking thing. Andy Masterson, he's repeating it's all in the reflex. Yes, my friend, it sure is. And just this film is just loaded up. So fired up. Thank you so much. So yes. Let's see. Zach did also, by the way, kudos to Zach again. Thank you so much, my friend. I think he passed 3K in subs, man. He's still rocking and rolling. So congrats to Zach and this great family of fandom. Like, it's just such a cool thing to see all that come together. But yeah, folks, if you want to DM me messages or tag me on Twitter, my email is pretty public in most of the descriptions. Feel free to hit me up, man. Hit me up. Let me know what's going on, what your thoughts are, movie suggestions, TV suggestions, those kinds of things. I'm very open to a lot of that stuff. Jacob Ironside says Sleepy Hollow. That's
yeah.
That's a good one. I'll write that down too.
Johnny
and I'll
Depp.
probably put together. We'll probably get with Ironcaster and decide on one or two for sure. So what on earth? Zach says over 9,000.
Oh yeah, he's closing in on that big 10K.
What happened, Zach? He went from 3 to 9. Then was something crazy happen? I'm gonna have.
I think he got over 1,000 in 24 hours, and he's been kicking ass. His shorts are absolutely rocking and rolling.
Well, congratulations to Zach. He is that is amazing. Congratulations, Zach. So go back to that and say thank you again, my friend. That's incredible. So yeah, I did not know. I got to be honest, folks. I'm zipping through things. Loki, we have laughs off air because I'm Mr. 1.5 to 2 speed. You don't want to be hurt. It's to the point now where when you like your Monday show with Zero, you guys just sound normal to me at 1.5 speed. I actually had turned it on. It turned on. It started playing without it being modified. I thought something was wrong. Like, what happened to my thing? Like, that's crazy. So Zach says 997. Wow, bro. I am so proud of you and happy for you, my friend. Congratulations. I will definitely be into that. So, Steve Ransom, Poptober. That's freaking great. You got to put the S in there. Got to stay on brand. There's an S. So Popstober. So maybe I can figure out a way to put a graphic together. Popstober. And I'm down with Sleepy Hollow and Crow for sure. Obviously, a comic book movie will be at the top of my list. So we'll go with Ironcaster. Make sure he can throw a few more suggestions in the well. So yeah, as Zach says, he just hit the Schwartz algorithm. Congratulations, man! I tell you what, Loki, you turned me on to the do 3 shorts in a row, hit your sweet spot of when your audience is allegedly online, and have some fun. And yeah, that's what I do. So I will be back at it this week. I will probably do have some shorts coming later in the week, comic books and cards and things like that. I've been really busy with cards lately. So Soul Assassin, Ernest Scared Stupid, classic Halloween film. You're killing me, bro. Let's see. I think I got Pumpkinhead. Yeah. The Flaccid. Oh my gosh. Smash or pass shorts. You got to smash the shorts, man. You got to smash the shorts. I mean, especially when they're like the 15-second ones. The folks that are trying to do the minute ones, I'm kind of like, maybe. So, yeah, no, I said my congrats to Ryan again here publicly as well. Yeah, it's been, but this is the thing he said all along. Pumpkinhead is a good choice. Soul Assassin says, Ryan is one of the first people too. Was just really about trying to understand. Everyone rises together. It's almost like the family can all just keep coming together and encouraging one another and helping one another, sharing, liking, comment, playing the algorithm game because, they don't like us. So, well, guys, we did it. We survived. What a week. Loki, what is going on? Are we doing comic book night tomorrow? Wait. After this, you're doing member thing, right?
Member stream about an hour from now. So I got to run, I got to eat, and then we're going to do the member stream, and we're going to show off some stuff for the convention that we're having in October. The convention to get together. We've got some art I want to share with you guys for some posters that are going to come out. You guys get to see some prototypes. So if you're a member of the channel, heck yeah, drop by. We're going to go live in about an hour.
Hey, we got to do a little bit to help each out financially. I know, guys. I know it's things are rough out there, and it's really hard. So, but yeah, hail to Flaccid, by the way. Hail to the Flaccid. Glad he was able to hop in here. Comic book stuff tomorrow night.
Yeah, comic book stuff tomorrow night. We've got the comic book roundtable coming back tomorrow night. 24 should be there, barring any kind of emergencies or anything like that. He's been moving, so it's been kind of crazy for him, but he should be there tomorrow night.
Had a great time last week. So yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern time for that. That's comic book time. I will be doing Pop Talk tomorrow. That's Pop Talk is 5:30. Our guest will be Abomination AJ. So if you want to have some fun with Mags, Magcheck Mags and I will have Abomination on with us, and we'll have a good time talking about all sorts of shenanigans as always. So then that puts us out to, this is the Thursday. It's the 15th already. Golly, time is flying by, my friend. I'll be on Loki's show Thursday morning at 9. Who knows?
Thursday morning for Thirsty Thursday.
We're thirsty. So what are we thirsty for, folks? We have to be there. Come hang out with us. Find out what's going on. New Reviews will be on with me next Thursday, the 22nd. And then I have the writer of the anti-comic, the Indiegogo one. So Ginger Ninjas comic book. I got the writer on with us later this month. So Doug doing my comic book creator stuff if I can. So, and yes, Zach, I agree. AJ is great. I've heard him several times. Love his channel. Love the stuff he's doing. And, but he loves dogs too much. Oh boy.
Ooh, Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Army of Darkness for October.
Okay. We got to leave a little room for Ironcaster. Maybe he'll be more like the tiebreaker vote on a few of these.
Oh, he'll be pissed when he's like, Loki said Army of Darkness. Yeah, I said Army of Darkness. He's like, son of a bitch. I guarantee you Ironcaster is out there right now going Army of Darkness. He's
got the steel book. He's already got the steel book opening it. He's just popping it in right now. He's like, I know I don't feel good, but I'm going to watch Army of Darkness. Thank you for bringing that up. That's what I'm going to watch. So. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Loki, my brother, thank you so much for doing this again. What a great time to play tribute to such a fun movie and having a great time doing it. It's just a blast. We could do this for 2 more hours. The movie's so much fun. We can't do justice. We do the best we can. And you guys in chat, thank you so much for just making this so much fun, hanging out, I look forward to this so much. I wish I could even tell you how blessed and crazy it all feels that I get to just do this kind of thing. So yeah, it's still a little weird for me to get used to that. This is what we do, and it's fun. It's not work. It's fun, and I love it so much. So go out there tomorrow, make it a little bit better than today. Be blessed. And of course, you have to talk hard and remember to chill just a little bit.
Ross, all I do is chill. My life is a thrill, for real, Bob Ross. I be too calm for the drama. You don't wanna cause a problem.